Hey Clashers, and welcome back to another video. Well, this season, the Legend League season is about to end, so we want to get some trophies, we want to collect some trophies in there. And well, I'm still running the Queen Charge Dragon Rider army composition. I'm having a ton of fun with that, mixing around and switching around some siege machines actually, because at the moment, I'm using obviously still kind of often the Blimp, sometimes the Slammer, sometimes even the Siege Barracks a couple of times, but apparently the last couple of days I used way more often the Lock Launcher. So let's see if we can find some bases where we can actually use the Lock Launcher on. First base, and that's, well, diamond-shaped base, and whenever I'm facing those bases, the first thing I'm trying to look at is always charging on the Eagle side. I'm always thinking about, okay, where can we use the siege machine, what type of siege machine, and typically it's either charging the Eagle compartment, then using the King on the flank. The next option is just blimping the Eagle compartment, so there are a ton of different variations out there on how you can like structure your King and your Queen, and then obviously the blimp. One thing which I'm doing right now is sending in the blimp so I can Queen Charge in from the top side. The reason is I need the King for the top funnel. This is why I'm using the blimp right now, because I cannot use the King later. And well, so far looked great. We got all of the value. If you're sending in the blimp, always try to make sure that you're blimping the Warden side, because when taking down the Warden, that's obviously crazy value. And well, the defending King, that's typically the defense, or like the defending hero, which you want to take down with your own Queen. Now we're charging in at the top side. Since we do want to make sure that the next Warbreaker is actually connecting to the core, we need to make sure that we're sending in our King to clear out the top side compartment. Even though it's open, Warbreakers can still target their wall. And that's a little bit annoying sometimes when you're trying to wall break and everything. King ability to clear out the compartment. The Queen now is going in, so we need to use the first wall break. And yeah, my King was too late. My King was too late. Now the next wall break, I think this connection should be kind of good. The King funneling the outside. Now the Queen should follow. So this is looking really good so far. We're going to use the poison onto the super minions. Queen is shooting a couple of Clan Castle troops. The headhunters are on my King, so that's awesome for me. And now, well, that's the thing about this strategy. You need to be really ballsy. And wait a second, what is my Queen? The Queen nearly was, like, the Queen nearly took down the scatter shot and then is redirecting from the scatter. I guess I'm lucky today again. Like, this is really big, annoying. Yeah, I'm not about to say that, but well, still really annoying. Both scatters are on my Queen, so we can nicely tank those. And that's the risky thing about this strategy. It's like I never charge the town hall. I feel like whenever I charge the town hall, I run into a bait, I run into a NATO, things like that. There's so many strategies which try to take down the town hall. And I feel like the big power spike of the Dragon Riders is that you have always the town on the back end, and they're still, due to their range, able to take that out kind of nicely. Right now, there's the NATO. As I said, the NATO is always around the town hall. And if you charge that and your Queen is getting rotated into the poison of the town hall, things like that, it is so annoying. Like, it's really hard to deal with. And right now, it's looking good. 40 seconds left. Even though our Queen trolled just a little bit with skipping that that scatter. But hey, we did it. We took it down. So let's now take a look at the next base and see if we can keep going with this. Because I feel like right now, there's a huge meta change in Legends. Just take a look. Yet again, another base and no ring bases. I feel like ring bases nowadays are becoming more and more rare in Legends League. But now, let's take a look at the next base. Yet again, we have a couple of options. Sending in the King for the Eagle, sending in the Queen for the Eagle. We have a ton of options. So now I will explain what exactly I'm going to do. First, I'm charging this time around into the Eagle because I want to have my blimp for the core multi-inferno tower. What this does, I need pathing. And for doing that, I need the King to get warbreak into the flanking compartment of the Queen, which then around is allowing for my Queen to keep warbreaker and get more value. With taking down the core multi-inferno tower, we have great pathing for the Queen, and we have great pathing later on for the Dragon Riders. This is, as I said, you always need to rotate and make sure that your siege machines are fitting the base. And well, that's kind of the secret. Right now, I have to use the Queen ability. I was kind of scared of the Queen getting one shot through her ability from the Warden and from the scatter, so I had to use her. Now the connection wall break, this so far is looking really good. Now the blimp in there, because as I said, we do not want to have the multi-inferno tower on our healers. King ability to take down the scatter, or like take down everything in that compartment. This so far looks great, because taking out the King is obviously cool for my Dragon Rider attack later, because the Royal Champion then around has no threat against her. The Queen right now taking down the Clan Castle. beating against that wall, which is super bad for us. Like, this right now is super bad. I hope this Yeti is taken down kind of quickly. Now the Hound needs to come back to our queen. If this queen is opening up this wall, this would be really, really bad, because this queen is not going where we want her to go. She is supposed to go for the bottom side. This is where she was supposed to go for. She was supposed to walk the entire side from the 3 o'clock side down to 6 o'clock. And then, well, obviously getting the top side with the Dragon Riders. But now we have to switch things around. But right now the pathing for the Dragon Riders is really, really bad. So this is not looking good at all for us. It's going to be kind of tricky to save this. But yet again, we're going all in. We never try to like save or whatever. It's all about all in. And now we have the Dragon Riders coming in, using the Headhunters. They were a little bit late. Like, this defending Royal Champion is dealing a ton of damage, which is really not necessary. So I'm right now sleeping just a little bit. I have to use a ton of freezes because there are a lot of things happening at the same time. I'm trying to save my queen at the top side, trying to save my troops at the bottom side with the Headhunters. And now it's all about, yeah, getting in there. The good thing about those diamond-shaped bases typically are that a lot of damage is around the Town Hall, which means we have a lot of rages for the Dragon Riders. You can see right now, we have another rage left. Like, don't even need that at the moment. But with that Town Hall going down, that's the problem. That's the problem with the Dragon Riders. As soon as they're getting into the poison, the story is over. The story is over. Maybe, I'm just thinking about that right now as I'm watching this. Maybe it's better to save the Royal Champion and make her, like, use her on the back end of the Town Hall to avoid the Town Hall poison. Maybe that's better. I'm not really sure. Either way, we have now the rage for the top side for the queen. And watching this back right now and thinking about that, I think maybe a lock launcher would have been better. So I feel like for the next base, like if we would have used the lock launcher to get into the core instead of the blimp, so we have the access to the core, I think it would have been better pathing for my Dragon Riders overall. So let's just try that for the next attack, and let's see how and if we can make that work against those diamond-shaped bases. I mean, this is a time fail, actually, so not too bad. I feel like maybe saving the Royal Chain might be another good idea. Either way, now next base. And this one, yeah, it's more like a teaser base, but as I already said, like, teaser bases and diamond-shaped bases are pretty similar. They're pretty much the same. So let's just see how we can do that. This time around, I'm going to complete fancy, okay? We're going to use the lock launcher, but this time around, really in a fancy fashion. So what we're going to do, yet again, we're going to Queen Charge on that king side. And one thing which I'm going to do is I'm going to wall break my king into the eagle, but because I want to take down the core single inferno as well, because this single inferno would be super annoying, I'm just going to use the power of my king, and let's just break him into the compartment with the lock launcher. And this should give my king a lot of power in that core. So let's see how that works. I mean, I think lock launcher has to be my favorite siege machine right now. Blimp could be always baited. Lock launcher has always some great value. Right now the king is tanking, the queen is charging in there. The queen is supposed to walk into the multi-inferno tower, which so far is not really looking like it would happen. But still, so far it's looking really good. Freeze onto the single inferno tower, obviously. King is beating through another wall, and this so far is looking really promising. I mean, there's still the Yetis which are coming out. The Barbarians at the top side broke through the wall, which is awesome for us, because this means that the top air defense has been taken down, and that's where we want to get later on with the Dragon Riders later on. Royal Champion at the bottom side, because otherwise this multi-inferno tower will completely wreck our healers, which is not good. So we have to use the Royal Champion now and cannot save her for the Dragon Riders. But hey, Dragon Riders are in, and this is looking really good because, guys, we have 4 rages still left. Like, we have 4 rages, and I don't know where to use them. I have no clue where we should use them. Warden ability is still not used just yet, because we did not have to protect the Headhunters, which is awesome. Now, I'm just using the rages to speed things up on the Dragon Rider side. I'm using the visibility spell to delay the Warden ability just a little bit. And now, still 3 rages. I mean, we can rage those Dragon Riders non-stop, blocking the Black Mines right now. But at the moment, it seems like nothing is going for that town. We have still 2 rages left. I'm just raging them non-stop. I mean, I don't know what to do except that with my rages. And now finally the Dragon Riders are going for the town hall. Since they have a lot of DPS, and especially with all of those rages together, the town is going down. I mean, hey, my queen should be easy finishing things off. And guys, this is how you can, in a creative fashion, approach those diamond-shaped bases with lock launchers. I have to say, I love this. As I said, with watching all of that, like some thinking about the attacks, which I did, I think the attack which we just did, like versus the other base, with the lock launcher instead of the blimp, would have been OP because it gives your heroes so much power. Obviously, wall breaking everything is not as easy with all of the closed compartments nowadays again. So having a lock launcher opening everything is making your queen just OP. My queen is going for a wall because she's not that OP, she's just stupid. But hey, I don't care, it's a triple. It's a triple, so let's go for the next one. And with yet again, another teaser. Like, those spaces are everywhere, it's incredible. Okay, after the last one, we found out that lock launcher is OP, so let's try it yet again. So this time around, we're going to charge into the scatter compartment, where typically the eagle is, and then we're going to get the lock launcher into the core. So basically, we're going to switch the queen and the king this time around, because I feel like the queen charge might be better, like this. And then we're going to use the king as the final option, as we already did a couple of attacks earlier, with just clearing the flank of the queen to make sure that nothing is shooting her from the flank, like from the side, so she has less damage on her. Overall, this base is actually running 4 air X bows, which is really interesting, because, I mean, well, air X bows nowadays, you have to defend against a ton of air, like dragons, like E-dragons. There's so many things, so that's really interesting to see that people are switching, or like some people are switching from ground to air regarding the expo settings. This base actually right now, I think, is a base from stars, I believe, from Queen Walkers. I think it attacked this base already at stars, and I failed completely. So looking forward, this would be my first triple on that base. So let's see. So far, the lock launcher is doing an awesome job opening everything. The king is funneling perfectly. Like, this is exactly what we're looking for. And this queen now, like, she can't die at this point. We have still 4 rages left. This is looking so far incredibly good. The queen pathing perfect so far. King is clearing out the core of the base. Now we have the headhunters coming over, so we need to rage. Still 3 rages left at this point. Yetis are going in as well. And at this point, the queen can reach everything. She can reach the sweepers. She can reach the scatter. She can reach the royal champion, the defending queen. Expos. Like, this core is just incredible for the queen to be in. And still 3 more rages. Now at this point, I'm waiting for the queen where to go. She seems to go for the bottom side, so that's why I'm starting from the top side now with my dragon riders. But as I'm saying that, the queen's like, hold a second, I'm trying to take down the next expo. Well, I don't mind too much, to be honest, but it was kind of like a big surprise, because at this point, it's going to be all about time. Yet again, I'm still not sure. What do you guys think? Do you think you should delay the Royal Champion with the Dragon Riders to make sure that the Royal Champion is not getting hit by that Town of Poison? Or do you think it's better to send in the Royal Champion with the Dragon Riders just to have like that little bit more of DPS? I have no clue what is better right now, and I'm really not sure. Because I feel like everything is dying in the Town of Poison. You can see it right now yet again. This time we're kind of lucky that some of the Dragon Riders split to the side, but the Royal Champion has, like, I don't know, in that poison, no fun whatsoever. So maybe it's better to like save that, delay it just a little bit. But either way, this attack, like this base, looks completely crushed. The wall breaker is not going as planned, but it should be still alright. We have still 1 freeze left, which we can use. And this base is wrecked. So OP lock launcher attacks. I just have to say, I love the lock launcher right now with the queen charge in combination, especially against those current style bases in Legends. I hope you learned something new in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys back tomorrow for the next one. Until then, see ya and bye bye.